Well, anyways, let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you guys think. If you guys seen the new Joker movie, which I saw, phenomenal movie. Let us know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, little notification bell, all that good stuff. So, Mr. Mannche, he's here, but not in the capacity you want. And it's just like, that whole scene is so psychologically intense, where it's just like, your brain has to sit there and like try to grasp like what is actually happening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Couch Talk.
Two couches and we talk.
We talk.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. And ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at number 23. Episode 23 is official. Hey,
dude, I should have worn my Jordans.
You should have worn your Royals.
Ah,
it would have been perfect.
Man, dude.
Next time.
There is no next time.
Episode 45.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's true.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
So for those younger viewers who have no idea who Jordan really is, other than a shoe brand, he used to be, in my opinion, one of the best NBA players of all time. Okay. He actually worn two jerseys, 23 and 45. And I'm not including college, so don't kill me on the college hole. No.
Shut up.
No, North Carolina, no. Sorry. Okay. So anyways, you already know how the drill goes. Mr. Mannche, co-host. Mr. Eli, a.k.a. GaVinci Raw, over here hosting the episode today. I do all the odds. He does the evens. So let's jump right into this. So we did, on the last episode, basically a central theme, and then we had ideas or topics off of that.
Yes, sir.
So this one, we're going to be talking about movies. That's going to be the central theme for this episode. And, let's just jump into it. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, so since the central theme is going to be movies, I want to discuss reboots and why. All right, so let's begin. So this is gonna be like the most up-to-date, like if you go look on it, it's literally brand new. So even when this video comes out, which we release it on Thursdays about like 4 p.m. Depending when you see it, we are gonna even then it'll be brand new. So Dr. Dolittle, which has been rebooted twice already, once, and then now it's gonna be twice, just got a reboot, and it has Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Iron Man will never be the same.
Exactly. My only issue is that, it's like when actors play such a big character over a huge span of time, the first Iron Man movie was the thing that started the whole Marvel universe off.
Literally.
That was their
bread and butter.
Yeah, that was like, hey, we're gonna test the waters, see how people feel about Marvel movies and stuff. And like, I don't even remember when that movie was made, but it was
2006, 5, 6, something like that. Yeah,
was it that? Yeah, I mean, it's been over 10 years.
Oh, at least
of Marvel movies being released. So it's like, he hasn't really been in too many other movies in between all of his Iron Man and Avenger movies, besides like Sherlock Holmes. But at that point, it's like it's almost like Hugh Jackman. He's played Wolverine forever, so it's
that's getting a reboot.
Oh,
yeah,
of course
it's that one's gonna get a reboot. They're gonna make a standalone Wolverine movie that coincides with the MCU. And so they're going to introduce Wolverine first on the MCU. If people like it, then that's going to bring the rest of the X-Men. That's why I'm like, as long as they do the MCU correctly, like they did with Spider-Man, Wolverine will come in.
Rest in peace, Spider-Man.
Rest in peace, Spider-Man.
I know we aren't going to be seeing him anytime soon.
Oh, they agreed to be back together.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they heard the uproar of people going nuts and shooting people in the streets and all that.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
But like, so my point is that when I look at Hugh Jackman, pretty much no matter what role he's playing, I see Wolverine. and Robert Downey Jr., no matter what role he's playing, Iron Man. They just fit that character so well that it's really hard to see them as anything else.
And that was the thing about Robert Downey Jr. was that in that role, you clearly see that that's just who he is. Like that sarcastic, like I don't really give a shit attitude, but also too I'm a pretty damn intelligent person. That was just Robert Downey Jr. being Robert Downey Jr. So for him to do that to different roles, because I've actually had people tell me that, the Sherlock Holmes series is actually a really good series. I've never seen it personally, but they've actually said it's a really good film. He does do it justice. So I'm like, well, maybe
yeah, but that also relates to his character in that, intelligent, sarcastic, doesn't really care. It fits all of his traits and everything like that.
His criteria. Yeah.
So it's like, as Dr. Dolittle though, a little rough there.
I mean, the sarcasticness when he's just like talking to an animal who's like a wisecracking animal, that you can play that, but then you go back to like,
man,
because our generation would have been able to see the one with Eddie Murphy, and I know some of you are like, I love Eddie Murphy and Dr. Dolittle. To be honest with you, I only saw the first one, wasn't a big fan of it, and so I skipped 2 and 3. I think there actually might be a 4 if I'm not mistaken. And then shout out to all the old people, not old people, excuse me, people who are aware of this, because I'm not old and I'm aware of this, is Jerry Lewis was the original Dr. Dolittle, and then they rebooted it with Eddie Murphy. I'm just surprised how soon they rebooted it since the Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
No, we're talking what? Actually, it's like 12 years now I think about it.
Well, okay, yeah, I mean.
Versus the Jerry Lewis to the Eddie Murphy one is like, I think 40 years, 30 years, something like that. So it's
that was a lot longer.
That's a lot longer.
So, I don't know, man. I think it's just kind of a cash grab.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that Robert Downey Jr. couldn't play that role very well. I think he would do a phenomenal job.
Yes, he's a great actor.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that it's just why? Like, why?
Yeah,
why? What was so wrong with the Eddie Murphy or the Jerry Lewis one to where you had to explain something more? You had to go back and do it again.
Oh, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first topic. The reboots, reboots, remakes. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys want them to continue making remakes on these movies? Do you guys want them to leave them alone? A question that I'm just going to throw out there now because we didn't get to discuss it was, do you feel that the Joker movies in their own entirety, even when they're with Batman or Batman with Joker in it, those are considered reboots? Or are those their own movies that kind of, because I would think this newest Joker is just its own standalone. Well, anyways, let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you guys think. If you guys seen the new Joker movie, which I saw, phenomenal movie, let us know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, little notification bell, all that good stuff. So, Mr. Mannche, you are up.
All right. So we're going to be talking about the different genres of movies.
All right.
And what's our favorites, why. So I'll start off. My favorite genres of movies are like psychological thrillers, the ones that really mess with your head and make you think about like, how did this happen? Why is this happening? Or like horror movies. Like I'm into that like suspenseful kind of stuff,
Like the stuff that gives you makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little.
Gives you a little goosebumps.
Yeah, okay. And those are good movies. Yeah, I like that. And personally, I'm more of a fan of without a doubt, I have to be in the right mood for certain movies. Like if I'm in a good mood, I'm probably not going to want to see a sad movie.
Yeah,
there's certain movies that call for certain times. But I find myself watching a lot of action movies, comedies, comedy action, thrillers, like psychological thrillers. I like those movies a lot. Like, what would you consider like Interstellar? Would that be like a
psychological thriller?
Yeah, I really like that one. I do like Inception. Like those type of movies, those are like really good movies, very well written. The biggest thing with me, maybe you guys can relate to this, but it's like the music. If it has really good, well placed music that helps drive a scene forward, I love that.
Man.
That could make or break a movie, in my opinion.
Because or the lack of music, because one of my favorite movies is
No Country for Old Men.
No, I
shout out to
Quiet
that movie.
Place.
Quiet Place. Okay.
Quiet Place.
I haven't actually never seen that movie.
No. Oh, you gotta watch this movie, man. It is super good. But the thing is that, so the whole premise of it is the world is like post-apocalyptic kind of. They were invaded by aliens who use like really like supersonic hearing. So but they're blind. So they just pretty much attack anything that makes sound.
Oh, okay.
And that's the whole thing. So they have to be quiet. So like the whole time they're like talking in sign language, or they're like whispering, or like making like facial gestures, like
yeah.
But like they're trying to be quiet.
Okay.
So there's not really a lot of sound going on, but that kind of like brings you into that world where it's like
almost like you have to use your own brain or even imagination to kind of like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, they're being quiet, so we have to be quiet. So like, when you're watching it, you're like,
yeah, like shh,
like shut the fuck up. Like
an animal walks
they're gonna hear you.
Cut it.
Yeah, dude. But you definitely gotta watch that movie. Super good.
Quiet Place, huh?
Super good, with John Krasinski.
Okay.
From The Office.
Yeah. And
his wife, like his actual like real world wife.
Oh, she's in the movie. Okay.
Is his wife in the movie?
Well,
and it's
speaking. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was written and directed by him.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know he did movies like that.
Yeah.
But speaking of movies that have actually no music, and this is actually one of our good friends who actually was on the show at one point, Mr. Rick Perez. He actually brought it up to my attention, and I wasn't aware of this. One of my favorite movies of all time is No Country for Old Men. Love that movie. But he pointed out to me that it actually has no music in that movie. And after he said that, I was like, yeah, it does. It has to. And I sat there and thought about it, and it's like, it doesn't. It does not have
not a single
tune. The whole movie.
Man.
I think there's like a character who's whistling in one scene, but even then, it's like there's no actual
there's no like background music.
There's no background music, and that movie literally was so intense in a lot of scenes, especially when the movie's old. Come on, with spoilers. I mean, you can't. Come on, there's a timeline. Like the Joker movie, I'm not gonna no spoilers, but this is like, dude, this movie's been out for what, 10 years, 11 years, something like that. But the scene where he's sitting across from one of the other hitmen, and he's just so intensely crazy that he just their little back and forth, and then when he shoots him and kills him, and then he gets the phone call from the main character, the protagonist, saying like, I want to speak to that guy, and he just tells him, well,
he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he tells him like he's here, but not in the capacity you want, and it's just like that whole scene is so psychologically intense, where it's just like your brain has to sit there and like try to grasp like what is actually happening, because it sounds weird when you say it. Like, go watch the movie again, specifically watch that scene if you can. You can find it on YouTube, and then like actually watch it and just watch the dynamic of how it's shot, how everything it goes from one scene to the next, and how they talk about it. It's just like so brilliant. And then the fact that there's no music and it actually really relays how intense everything is, or how bad something is really going to happen.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's like, that's wild. Because I am so used to movies having music that it literally is the driving force for everything, like the actual push forward, make this happen, and this is what makes it happen. Especially like Interstellar. I love that movie a lot.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the music pushing the cinematics of certain scenes, like, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it as much. But it's just, there's certain ones that just really, I can't, you can only like, there's a certain movies that,
That's why I like the psychological thrillers the most, is just because
you don't really need
it's so I just like those that engage you more, that really make you think about what's going on.
And forces you to,
it's not
basically
like,
put yourself in it, so that way you're okay.
It's not like man, I couldn't even give you an example, but like just a movie where you're just sitting there and you don't really have to watch it to understand everything. But like, if you like, maybe like dozed off for like 20 minutes or something in the middle of the movie, you could jump right back in like nothing ever happened. It doesn't punish you. Yeah, it doesn't like engage you in any sort of way. It's just boring.
Yeah, no, that's the same with me. I like movies where you gotta pay attention. You gotta focus on it. Like the new Joker movie. Like, I don't even know how to classify it in genres wise. It's a drama, thriller, psychological / like there's just so many angles on it, and that movie was just like, you really, really want to pay attention to everything, because at the end, when everything kind of gets unraveled, you're able to start piecing things back together. In the beginning, where you're just like, oh,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, wow, okay, like, damn, okay, like.
So, then how do you feel about horror movies?
Horror, however you want to say it. Horror movies, like, okay, this is gonna sound weird. Entertainment wise, I prefer a horror game over a horror movie. Like, if I'm with a female and we're hanging out or whatever, I'd probably put a horror movie on purpose because I know, you know, it's perfect for like a date night or something. For myself, I can't really sit there. I had the bad tendency of nitpicking those movies, and I don't know what it is or why I choose to do that.
Well, yeah, there's like cliches and stuff in the movies. What, did we go over the time again? There we go.
Yeah, no, I think that it was over. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that my phone is messing up. Shout out to Google.
I'm about to retire this man as the timer holder.
Apparently, because I was like,
That's two strikes, man.
It's 2 strikes.
That's
yeah,
2 strikes.
That's 2 strikes. That was the second time that it showed a time, but it wasn't correct timing. I'm like, because what you guys don't know, when I time keep, I purposely look at the time first, and then I hit, start. So then I have food for thought in my head where it's like, okay, this will finish at blah, and then when it goes past that time, which it did, it went 3 minutes over. So it was like, all right. In which case we could easily kept going. But yeah, so maybe it's time for Jared to try to be timekeeper for the next episode.
This guy.
Episode 24. Just, see.
Hey, I'm better at everything anyways, so might as well start with the time, and might as well pick up the timer as well.
Oh, man, when you start editing these episodes, then we could talk about that, buddy. All right. So with that being said, that actually ends the episode.
Yeah, that'll be it, guys.
And make sure you guys, go tell your nearest woman that you see, like, this is breast cancer month, and just tell her that you appreciate her for being there. And, your mother, your sister, your daughter, like, just let them know that you're thinking of them, and, making sure that, they realize that, breast cancer is absolutely real for men and women, especially women, but, men get it too. So, I'm sorry we're not wearing any pink today, but still, we're, supporting you guys.
I have pink underwear on.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And don't worry, Alex will be in the next episode, so don't even worry about it. He's out doing his thing. It's actually a secret project mission that we're not even allowed to know about.
Classified.
It's classified. So I'm thinking he's working with the government, but don't say nothing. Don't put it out there. All right, we're trusting you guys.
We don't need no agents coming busting in the room.
No, we're trusting you guys. You're going to keep it secret and hush hush. So with that being said, you guys have yourself a great night.
Absolutely.
And, social, all that stuff's down below. You guys have a great night. And
yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace, guys.